Coach, good to see you again. Thanks for coming on. Do you approach the Duke games any differently than you would the other games in your on your schedule?
I really don't, except for not saying too much about it because everybody else is talking about it so much that as a coach, I don't have to do anything to emphasize anything to our guys because it's Duke, North Carolina, but it catches the attention of the basketball world quite a bit, and you just have to make sure your guys don't get so fired up that they can't think and can't play the game properly.
What do you stress to your team about how they're going to have to approach and play when they go into Cameron to play Duke?
Well, it's a great venue. It's a great place to play college basketball. It's the greatest place there is if you can sneak out of there with a win and get on the bus and get the heck out of town as fast as you can. But it's a wonderful place, a wonderful college atmosphere. The fans are tough, but they don't go over the line. It's something that to me is, as I said, a great venue. It's a great rivalry. I feel very flattered to be part of it. We've had some big-time games. When I was here as an assistant for Coach Smith, we thought it was a big rivalry then, and I think with each and every year it just gets bigger. Both teams have to be successful, and we weren't very successful last year, so we let that our end, and so we need to pick it up a little bit. But you know, since 2000, they've won 2 national championships. We've won 2. There's been some great teams, some great games, and we just hope we can be involved in one tomorrow night.
I know a lot of North Carolina fans are trying to catch their breath with the whole Larry Drew transfer situation. I'm wondering how his departure has impacted your staff and your team. What's the mood there?
Well, it was a big jolt. It was a surprise. It was something that we weren't planning on, to say the least. And Larry was really playing very well. His last 4 games may have been as good as any game that he had played since he had been here, and had won our Defensive Player of the Game award 2 of those 4 games. So it's a big blow to our team. We're trying to move ahead. We try to focus on what is here now. That happened Friday morning, early Friday afternoon, and Saturday morning we had very enthusiastic, very good practices. Played very well against a really good Florida State team on Sunday. How it's going to handle over the long term, we still have to wait and see. But you know, everyone's got to make decisions of what they think is best for them. And our decision right now is that we've got to move on and try to coach these kids that we have. And they face a big-time challenge. Going over there to Cameron is not something for the faint at heart, I can tell you. We've got to be able to score. You know, they're going to score a heck of a lot. The only way you beat Duke is you got to score a lot of points. You got to outscore them. You're not going to stop them. They just have too many weapons. And Nolan Smith and Kyle Singler, 2 seniors, you don't get to say that very much anymore in college basketball, that are at the top of their game and really just a great team.
It's not for the faint of heart, and your guys know the drill. They know how tough it is to go to Cameron and try to tune out all of the crazies. But at some point, I imagine it's impossible to tune out everything they say. What advice do you give your kids when it comes to what they hear, and certainly you respond to none of it, but how they deal with all of that?
Well, you've got to laugh at a lot of it because it is pretty clever, too. You know, you've got to pick that part out and laugh at it and go with that. You know, they're going to yell at me quite a bit, too, and I try to tune it out and just focus on the game, and that's what we talk to our kids about. Focus on playing the game. Lose yourself into the game. And we had a nice streak over there a few years back. We won over there 4 years in a row, and then last year they scored about 8 million points and beat us over there badly. But it is a very difficult place to play, but it's not just the crowd. It's that team and that coaching staff that they have that they add a lot to that. I've never seen a crowd beat a basketball team yet, but great coaches and great players can.
It is the whole package for sure. And you mentioned the clever cheers. How often during a game, Coach, would you say you smile at least internally at some of the stuff that they're throwing out?
You know, during the game, almost never. You know, you can't say never, but almost never. The pregame, I watch the warm-ups. I come out early. Most coaches don't, so I listen to them then, and I get some chuckles. But once the game starts, you don't have any. I don't have any attention on that. The only couple of years ago, we played up in Detroit against Michigan State in the regular season, ACC Big Ten, and the students were getting on me about Roy goes tanning, and I'm looking, and all of a sudden I walked down. I said, guys, we just got back from Maui 3 days ago. Give me a break. And all the kids just broke up laughing and kind of thing. But most of the time, I don't even hear anything.
Of all the matchups against Duke, do you have that one favorite moment that stands out for you in the rivalry?
You know, we've had some great moments, but we've had some tough moments too. So I try not to let those great moments stand out too much because it brings up those bad ones. But winning over there on J.J. Redick, Sheldon Williams senior night was an unbelievable achievement, accomplishment for our team. And then getting beat, as I said, by 8,000 points last year was the other direction. So I've been through it from one end to the other.
Well, Coach, you've been a part of so many big games along the way. We're hoping tomorrow night is another one. Thanks for coming on. We always appreciate it, Coach. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I hope it's a great game as well.